if what is happening in Gaza is not a genocide, we need a new definition for the genocide. Ambassador Joe Keshi, former Nigerian diplomat. On the morning of December 1, the Israeli military attacks resumed after 7 days pause. There is no time for mowing in Gaza, only time to wait for death, counting the victims, and guess who will be slaughtered next. The Palestinians have completely lost hope and have become certain that the world is against them, leaving them at the mercy of the evilest crocodiles. After a few days of a humanitarian truce, the Israeli thirst for Palestinian blood has led them to rush to begin another round of slaughtering. The dirty hand and fingers of a criminal pilot are back again to the Jewish state control of the war plans. Another round of Israeli madness has started and harvested tens of hundreds of innocent Palestinians. Parallel to that, a wide round of lip services that falls short of condemnation. The Israeli act had been provided to the Palestinian. Unfortunately, I must once again address this tragic and necessary topic that I would rather not have to discuss, the grim and the heartbreaking situation. On the day 65 of the textbook genocide, the death toll exceeded the 18,000. The majority of them is children and women, 281 healthcare persons, 77 journalists, 46,000 wounded, tens of thousands of housing units were completely destroyed, and another 255,000 were severely or partially damaged. 1.9 million, equivalent to 80% of Gaza population, have forcefully became internally displaced persons. In West Bank, since 7 October, 243 Palestinians, including 65 children, have been killed by the Israeli occupation army. Looking at the absolute numbers is staggering, but when compared to countries with large population, the percentage equally devastating. In a country with 220 million citizens, the equivalent percentage would be 2.2 million lives lost. This is a matter of immense human tragedy, no matter how the numbers are viewed. On November 28, Truth Day, the doctors were able to return to the Al-Nasser Medical Center in Gaza that they had been forced to evacuate in November 10, leaving babies behind. Upon their return, they found 5 babies dead. Many videos circulated in the various social media outlets showing their bodies decomposing. Another very important issue that did not make international news since the latest Israeli aggression, 3,640 arrest cases have been recorded in West Bank, including 245 children, 147 women, 41 journalists, and 1,666 administrative detainees. 7 detainees were murdered in Israeli prisons. Upon their arrest, the Israeli occupation force break into their homes, violently beat them in front of their families, insult them, threaten them, and neglect their injuries and health condition. The Israeli prisons administration has taken many punitive measurements towards the prisoners, coinciding with the total ban on the information to hide the crime committed against them. This includes preventing family and lawyer visits, as well as daily raid on the prisoners' rooms, during which soldiers assault the prisoners with severe beating using batons, gun gas, and rubber bullet, leaving them with various deep wounds and fractures in their hands and legs. The food provided in a very small amount, designed to leave them barely able to sustain life. It is smelly and very poor quality food. The rooms are very crowded and lack sufficient beds, blankets, and other necessities. This is combined with the total absence of the Red Cross and other international human rights watchdog that should monitor and report in this situation. It is important to note that even the bodies of deceased prisoners are used to hold and captivated, as seen in the recent example of Nasser Abu Hamid, who died due to the neglect of the necessary health treatment, and Adnan Khadr, who was detained without a trial and went in a hunger strike to death. Israel using Gaza war to forcefully transfer Palestinians from South Hebron Hills. Under this title, the Israeli NGO Beit Salem wrote, "Since the war in Gaza began, Israel has greatly increased its effort to drive Palestinian shepherding community out of their homes and land in South Hebron Hills. The communities are being subjected to unusually extreme violence on a daily level, carried out by settlers with state backing and military support. The terrorist settler militia gangs are sparing no effort to terrorize the Palestinians in West Bank, utilizing the genocide war to conduct more crimes. In the past 65 days, 8 Palestinian citizens, including one child, have been killed by the Israeli settlers. They also did not stop circulating leaflets on the main street and entrance of the Palestinian villages calling for the citizens to leave to Jordan. Otherwise, they will face a severe consequence. More and more weapons have been gifted to them by the Minister Cabinet Itamar Ben-Gvir. Needless to say, they are enjoying full immunity and impunity at the political and legal level, as well as military support during their attacks. The White House National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby say, and I quote, "They, Israel, have said very clearly that when these wars are over, they intended to go back at it. As they make that decision, they will continue to find support from the United States in terms of tools and capabilities, the weapons system that they need, as well as the advice and the perspective that we can offer in terms of urban warfare." End quote. Many Western countries' ammunition production lines are working at full capacity, and the supply chain is flooding the Israeli stores. It is the ideal time for them to fill their banks' accounts at the expense of thousands of lost of innocent Palestinian souls. Friday, December 8th, and after a call by the United Nations Secretary General, the Security Council met to adopt a resolution calling for ceasefire in Gaza. United States of America, vetoed it for empty reason that cannot convince any rational one. Adding to the political and military support it provided, the United Kingdom announced that they will conduct a surveillance flight over Gaza. No need to remind you all that the United Kingdom is the root cause of our Palestinian tragedy, of the Palestinian tragedy that extended since it issued the ominous Balfour Declaration 1917. Friday, December 8, United States of America voted a Security Council resolution calling for a ceasefire, and this widened the door for Israel to continue its slaughtering open shore. With that being said, do I reveal a secret when I say that many Western countries are completely complicit in the slaughtering and butchery party of the Palestinian people? Or do I reveal a secret when I say that their hands are stained with the blood of Palestinian children? UN Human Rights Chief Volker Turk said, and I quote, silence the gun and return to dialogue. Their suffering influence on civilians is too much to bear. More violence is not the answer. It will bring neither peace nor security. There is no safe place in Gaza, end quote. Even if the military aggression comes to the end, we will all wake up the next day to a reversible fact. A systematic and deliberate process is currently underway to settle Gaza and change the landscape, making it an unlivable place. This will inevitably lead to deportation, displacement, and the new Nakba. We need a true divine miracle to prevent the ratios of Gaza existence. Complete silence is needed when children are in their bed, not when they are being slaughtered. State terrorism is the worst type of terrorism. Israel is the perfect embodiment of state terrorism.